This isn't a legend. It's a real island that existed on old Philippine maps. Then one morning, it was gone, erased overnight like it never existed. But some say the sea still remembers. But one morning, the island was gone. Maps that once showed it were suddenly blank. Reports vanished, and so did memory, except for the whispers carried by the waves. For generations, fishermen spoke of Isla Pulang Bato, the island of red rock. It was said to glow like fire under the setting sun, a resting place between Samar and Masbate, where travelers would stop to share food and stories. The cliffs were red as embers, and the air carried the scent of salt and peace. Historical records from Spanish explorers mention a place known as Isla Pulang Bato, or Red Rock Island. It was said to lie between Samar and Masbate, surrounded by calm waters and fiery cliffs that glowed beneath the evening light. Local fishermen often stopped there to rest and share stories of the sea. But as time passed, the island began to disappear from charts. By the early 1900s, no ship reported seeing it again. Some said it was a mapping error. Others said the sea had taken it back. A few whispered that the island had been cursed. In 1907, a trading vessel called the Maria Santos recorded its route along the same region. The captain's log noted, "We saw nothing but open sea." Where Pulang Bato should be, there was only mist. When the ship returned to port, word spread like wildfire. The island had vanished. Some blamed storms, others claimed it sank after an earthquake. But many believed something else had happened, something beyond nature's explanation. Rumors grew louder. Had the island sunk? Was it destroyed by an unseen eruption? Or was it swallowed by the ocean for reasons no man could ever know? In 2016, a team from the University of the Philippines Marine Science Institute launched an expedition. Using sonar mapping, they searched the coordinates recorded in 1890. What they found stunned them. The idea was haunting, nature swallowing itself whole, as if Pulang Bato had been erased by its own birth. The ocean floor dropped more than 1,200 meters deep. There was no coral, no volcanic ridge, yet the seabed's shape resembled a collapsed mound, the skeleton of something that might have once stood above water. One of the scientists said, "It's possible this was a small volcanic dome. If gas built up beneath it, the pressure could have caused an implosion, dragging the island down overnight." Across the Visayas, stories still whisper about an island blessed and cursed by an ancient sea deity. The people called it Isla Pulang Bato, a sacred place glowing red like fire during sunset. They said the sea gods rested there after storms. But when outsiders arrived, they saw not a sacred land, but treasure. They began to take the red stones, carving the cliffs to sell and build from. The locals warned them, "Do not anger the sea." But greed, they said, speaks louder than faith. One night, as the sky turned blood red, waves rose higher than mountains. By dawn, the island that shone like fire was gone. A historian once said, "Almost every Filipino island legend hides a lesson. It's not about fear, it's about respect. The sea gives life, but it can take it back when we forget that balance." Whether myth or memory, the story of Pulang Bato reminds us that beauty and greed often share the same shore. In 2019, scientists returned to the site where Pulang Bato once stood. After years of mystery, they came searching for truth. Using sonar and heat sensors, they scanned the deep ocean floor, and what they found only deepened the mystery. Traces of unusual minerals were discovered. Pockets of heat pulsed beneath the seafloor. It hinted at volcanic activity, yet not enough to form or destroy an island. The evidence didn't fit the story, but it didn't disprove it either. A marine geologist said, "It's as if nature erased its own footprint. The terrain looks reshaped, smooth, unnatural. Maybe it was a rare underwater landslide, or something else." Science offered facts but not answers. And while researchers continued their search, locals continued to believe. Because in the Philippines, the line between faith and fact is thin. Both flow in the same tide. Over 100 years later, Pulang Bato remains both lost and alive, living only in memory, in old maps, and in the hearts of those who still believe. Some say the island sank. Others say it sleeps beneath the ocean, waiting to rise again. But maybe Pulang Bato was never meant to be found. Maybe it was the sea's way of reminding us that not everything on earth belongs to us. As the waves roll over its forgotten name, one truth remains. Even when land disappears, stories never drown. Maybe that's the real legacy of Isla Pulang Bato. Not a place, but a memory that refuses to die, carried by the tides and remembered by those who still listen to the sea.